To follow along with the video, you need the images files. Assets link is in the description. I have set up everything and I will start coding very soon. If you don't know about Tailwind CSS, then start from the first video of the series. Now let's go to the code editor and we will start coding from here. First, we will add some classes to our body, add some height, width and padding, and I will make everything in the center of the screen with display flex, justify content center and align items center. Now let's create a div which will hold all the three cards we are going to build and give it a class name. In this case, I'm just going to give it a class name of main. Inside of the main div, we will add another div and that will be our main card, and we will add some background and padding, and I'm going to use the width of full for now. Then inside of that div, we are going to use an image, specify the source and use some alt text. Now add an h2 to make the car name. Now style it with some classes, add some color, change the font size, make the font uppercase, make the letter spacing bit smaller and make the font bit bold, and lastly add the padding on the top and the bottom. Add a paragraph tag and add the paragraph text. Now change the text color, make it bit dim with the opacity and make it bit bigger and add some margin bottom. Now the last part of our card is button. Add the button tag, put some text, style it with some padding on the y-axis and the x-axis, add some background, give it some border, add border color, change the text color, add full border radius and some hover state changes. Now see the changes. With this we just get one card, but it's not done yet. As we have the card, we can copy the code and paste it twice and change the values and the styles. In the second card, change the background color, change the image source and alt text. Now change the heading and paragraph text, and last the colors of the buttons. With that code, we are having this design. In the last card, do the same as the previous one. You will find those colors in the source code. I will put the link in the description. Now our cards is look like this in mobile view and desktop view. Now it's time to make our card responsive. Also, we will learn about responsive design. Tailwind CSS provides the best responsive design system ever. They created a breakpoint system where you can just add the breakpoint prefix and add some design with it. To add a utility but only have it take effect at a certain breakpoint, all you need to do is prefix the utility with the breakpoint name and followed by a colon character. This works for every utility classes in the framework, which means you can change literally anything at a given breakpoint, even things like letter spacing or cursor style. By default, Tailwind uses a mobile-first breakpoint system similar to what you might be used to in other frameworks like Bootstrap. What this means is that unprefixed utilities like uppercase take effect on all screen sizes, while prefixed utilities like md:uppercase only take effect at the specified breakpoint and above. Tailwind CSS targets the mobile screen first. This approach surprises people most often is that to style something for mobile, you need to use the unprefixed version of a utility, not the SM prefixed version. Do not think of SM as meaning one small screen. Think of it as at the small breakpoint. Tailwind's breakpoints only include a minimum width and don't include a max width, which means any utility you add at a smaller breakpoint will also be applied at the larger breakpoints. In here you can see BG Green 500 is for the mobile. When it will hit the medium breakpoints, BG will be red, and when large it will be green again. As Tailwind is highly customizable, you can customize breakpoints by adding screen and its sizes to your tailwind.config.js file. Now let's go back to our code and add breakpoints to make our cards responsive to all devices. In the main div, we will add grid to make a grid system with 3 cards. As we are targeting the mobile screen first, we will add grid calls 1 to make a single column. Now add grid calls 3 to make 3 columns when it hit the medium breakpoint. Now it's time to add the specific sizes to our cards. In this case, I'm going to add 400 pixels on every card. which is applicable for medium breakpoints. Now have a look at our cards. It is perfectly placed in the middle of the screen with specific sizes. Now we are having a problem. You can see our top card is not visible. To solve this problem, just add min height screen instead of h screen in the body, and that will fix the problem. Now we will make the corners rounded for the mobile first and then for the desktop. In the mobile, we need top left and top right corner rounded. Add rounded T for top left and top right. If you hover over on this, you will see how many pixels are there in the CSS properties. In the desktop, we don't need that, so after MD, we will add none to this and add rounded corners at the left side. Now have a look at our card. In the mobile we have got the top side corners rounded, and on the desktop we have got the left side rounded. Now we need to add this to our last card. Instead of top we will use bottom, and after the medium breakpoint we will use right for the two corners of the right side. And with that our design is complete. If you find this video helpful, then like and share the video and subscribe the channel to get more videos. See you in the next video.